process, so it will always be an experience. So just do it and be idealistic and try. We're like young, we don't really have much to lose and to risk, so why not? Just do it. Yeah, well, my name is Masha. Originally I come from Kazakhstan. For the past 4 years I've been living in Holland because I came here to study my bachelor's for economics, and that's actually where I met Slava. And since then I've been living here, and I've been noticing a lot of good things that compared to my country are here as a student. So it was great. Student life in Utrecht is just so vibrant and dynamic, but also we've noticed some of the things that could be improved. And after I finished my bachelor's, I moved to Amsterdam and started kind of like a corporate job. I was working 9 to 6 and I didn't really feel like I belonged there. So at that moment I realized I want to do something more fulfilling. And at the moment we met with Slava and the other 2 girls who are our teammates, and we realized we want to create a project that could make student life in Utrecht a little bit better. So for me personally, that was a project that I really put my heart into, and right now we're kind of at the beginning of our journey, so it's interesting to see where it leads us.
My name is Slava. I'm from Russia. I was born in St. Petersburg, a really beautiful Russian city. I was raised there as well, went to high school there, and then after the high school I was considering which university to go to, and one of the options was to go abroad. And with the help of my parents I applied to Utrecht together with my girlfriend because of her family situation, and then I became a student, like a foreign student in Utrecht. All these experiences and stories brought me to this project, to Time Space.
Me as a starting professional, I'm only 21, so I just finished my university and I want to do something that creates value. Well, for me personally and for other people, I want to be passionate about something, and only in this case I could be really productive. Otherwise I'll just kind of not be motivated enough to actually create anything. So I would say I want to be like passionate about something. I want to find my fulfillment in that.
I think generally I'm just energetic worker, like professional, meaning I just I do stuff, and sometimes I get too many things in my head, and that's when you need to tell yourself prioritize, see what's important, cut out the rest. That's a difficult step for me because usually I'm all over the place, like just really all over the place. That's how I can describe myself as a professional.
Maybe I would add something, because I cannot really see ourselves as just individual professionals. We're a team of 4, and throughout this month we've really noticed that we all are different. We have different strengths and we're really different people, but that's what creates the most, value to it.
So our concept-specific roles is events, is making sure that students are satisfied with what they're getting, some kind of study coaching, what I'm trying to do with economic students, roles like leading social media and these kind of things. I think that surprisingly, what we were surprised about, one of the most important roles is hosting. At this moment, this is mainly a beautiful space to study with open working area, and it's situated in the social impact factory because these are our partners. This is the organization which helped us to launch our first location. Time Space itself is a concept, so we want to spread to different Dutch cities, and our concept is using abundance for the scarcity. So abundance is offices, and this office is not used on weekends, and it's not used in the evenings, like after 3-4 p.m. there are no people working here. An idea is that we use these empty spots and we offer them to students, and students can make use of it at very cheap prices compared to what co-workers pay, because co-workers pay a lot. They pay 19 euro for a day, for example, and with our concept you pay 2.95 for a half day, 12.50 for the whole week.
Actually a lot of rooms, but one of the rooms is special, so it's actually made completely out of KLM uniforms. It's recycled. So this building is called Social Impact Factory, and basically everything that's going on here, it's with a purpose behind it. So every room has a different story.
Actually, the base of the concept exists. It exists far away in Russia, in the snow Russia, and the concept slowly starts spreading around. The base is Time Cafe. This is an anti-cafe, like a space which is not only to students. It's like a cafe, which is open to people, where you pay only for the time. This was our very small starting. And then our concept ended up from a time cafe and merging with this co-working concept. It became a co-studying concept. It came to the mind. I think for each of us it's different. For me, I see the most value in providing this creative open study space, because when I was a university student, I saw that, for example, certain students get better at some stuff, certain others lag behind, and I saw like that everybody is smart, everybody is capable of doing things. It's just that maybe something is not explained clearly. Maybe you need to turn it around. And studying together, co-studying helps it a lot. But then there is another part of the concept, which is all about events, which is all about socialization. And I think this is, let's say, why Masha invented her time space, let's say.
I guess so.
Because,
Well, when I was studying in university, I've noticed two things. They're very academic life, and that's where you go to lectures and tutorials. And there's another, opposite of it. That's where you go to bars and clubs and just party. So basically the only time when you meet new people is either during, studies, and it's the same people over and over again, or when you're maybe half drunk somewhere in a bar or a club and you probably don't remember and there's nothing meaningful. So I kind of wanted to create a place where you can come to events that are more, kind of intellectual stimulating, but at the same time fun. So something out of, your study program, but not something just empty. So I guess for me that was one of the reasons I created time space. We really want to know what's going on in their lives. So let's say if someone asks us, some kind of question, we can always try to help, with the study program, or we know someone who can help them, or if someone, looking for an apartment, we can connect to someone who is renting a room. So we want to become a platform and a facilitator of student life and help them kind of, just connect them. Key of success. As I was saying before, you really have to, believe in your idea and be passionate about it. But honestly, you cannot ignore people, what people actually want. Because a lot of people, they might have an idea and they 100% believe in it, but they tend sometimes to ignore what people say or what people actually want. You might think that this is the best product in the world, but maybe it is great, but no one really needs it at the end of the day. So I would say the key to success in time space is really listen to people and get as much feedback as you can, because we might think 4 was one thing and we really discussed and we get it to perfection, but at the end of the day, if no one really cares, it's not gonna succeed.
But we discovered that it's a lot about personal connection. So when a person comes in here, we want to create this different experience compared to when you go to the library or when you sit at home. And here, you come in, we welcome you with a smile, we warmly welcome you, we show you around, we make sure that you're feeling here at home, because time space is like an extension of your living room. We tell you, feel free to bring your food, warm it up in a microwave, feel free to grab a silent spot or a social spot, feel free to have a room for yourself if you need to discuss. So we really, we as hosts, I think we discovered this is one of the most important, one of the most important roles, because this is also the culture that you're creating in a space. Number one reason startups fail is they don't listen to the customers.
Exactly.
So the key to success is listening to your guests. Yes, we have plans. We have short-term plans and long-term plans. I see this as a cycle. So because we're attached to the tentamen period, to the exam periods, we take exam periods, in exam periods we're working on the concept we have. After exam periods we're updating, we're renewing, we're taking away stuff, we're adding stuff, and then again preparing for the next exam periods, and then we can go in again. Actually, I read recently that businessmen, they shouldn't think in terms of business plans, but they should think in terms of business models. So model is different from a plan. You don't know what's going to happen, but you can see how to change your model to go in the right direction.
Well, talking about ambitious plans, I think we really want to spread this concept first of all in different locations in Utrecht, because time space is not a physical location, it's a concept. And this concept can be adapted to basically every Dutch city. Let's say Groningen, Amsterdam, all the student cities, and then maybe try it out in other countries.
Prepare to understand that you don't know anything. You may have studied something in university, you may have had an idea about your product, but really be prepared to learn. Take it as a learning experience, because all these things that you'll be doing, you don't know how to do them.
No.
Maybe you are expert in that specific field or something, but still running a business or running a startup is, you discover that you don't know, and you shouldn't be learning all of it from scratch. You should really use the networks. You should use people who you know around, because you will not learn it in that short period of time that you want to achieve something from scratch. So really be aware of resources around, and people are very, very happy to share. So this would be my personal advice.
Well, I really agree with Slava, but I also said for myself, it's okay when you're in your 20s to be idealistic. And sometimes it can lead you to, failures, but it's a great thing. You can learn from it and you can move on. A lot of people told me or us as a team that maybe you guys are not going to work out because you need a lot of investments and money, and it's a big risk, and almost all of the startups fail. And well, we're here at the moment. I don't know how it's going to be in the future, but that's interesting to find out. And even if it doesn't work out or doesn't go the way we want it, it's a learning process, so it will always be an experience. So just do it and be idealistic and try. We're young, we don't really have much to lose and to risk, so why not? Just do it.